A point I should perhaps have made in an earlier video is that everything in the realm of economics is arguably false. The reason for this is that economists tend to operate on an assumption of other things being equal, but of course other things never are equal, or at least not in my experience. One of the earliest economic propositions I can find in literature is in the play The Merchant of Venice, written by Shakespeare, late 16th century. And a man argues in that play that if Jews convert to Christianity, it will drive up the price of pork. Let's take Jews and pork out of the equation and just consider meat generally. Suppose that in a town there are people who will eat chicken, but not everybody will eat chicken. Everybody will eat lamb, everybody eats goat meat. As a consequence of this, all the farmers in the vicinity keep sheep and goats, but not all of them keep chickens. Now let's assume that, for reasons we don't need to go into, the people who previously had an aversion to eating chicken will now start eating chicken. I would expect that to drive up the cost of chicken. But wait, if people are eating more chicken, presumably they're eating less lamb and less goat. After all, the supply of meat and the demand for meat is unchanged. It's just that people are more likely to eat one particular meat than another. So while the price of chicken may rise, the price of lamb and goat meat may actually fall. And also, in response to the rising demand for chicken, it is possible that farmers who at the moment do not keep chickens will start keeping chickens, thereby increasing the supply of chicken to match the demand. So what will ultimately happen to the price of chicken, the price of lamb, the price of goat? It's hard to say. But inflation is about a trend rise in overall prices of the things we normally buy. And it is not necessarily affected by an increase in the price of one particular commodity, because such a price rise may be offset by falls in the price of other commodities. It's very hard to predict what will happen in the world of economics because we operate on the basis of an assumption of other things being equal, which is rarely, if ever, the case. This doesn't mean we shouldn't study economics, but it does mean we should be cautious about the predictions that we make.